Hey tribe, welcome to my channel. So today we're gonna do a bit of a different reading. What I want to be looking at is collective energy for all of us in 2021. And I don't know what to expect. Maybe some world issues will come up. Basically gonna be checking on energies, but you know, sometimes you ask one question, the other is being answered. So I'm gonna keep it open. Okay, I hope you're all doing well. By the way, guys, those who are coming for reading with me, thank you for trusting me. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for your gifts and for your kind words as well. Okay, I'm just checking for the decks that I want to use here today. I think we're going to start with energy checkup. This is going to be collective, I want to say on mass level, almost. Okay. Let's see what's going to be important in 2021 for us all as humans. What's going to be important in 2021? Okay. Bear with me, I'm going to be pulling from a couple of other decks and we're going to start talking. All right, I'm gonna be also using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. Okay, thank you. Ooh, this is interesting. I'm gonna show you all cards in a minute. All right, let's see. Okay, straight away what I'm picking up here, especially with these two cards, is that a lot of people will be, I want to use a word forced, because that's how it feels like to me. A lot of people will be forced to turn their focus within. Especially, we're going to be looking at compassion a little bit differently. It does seem like there's going to be a massive transition there where people forgive one another, but it does seem like collectively this might come through a bit towards the I'd say the middle of the year or towards the end, at least the second half. That's what I'm seeing here. So maybe this is something connected with social media, how people talk to people, what they say to one another. Okay, now what's also important, it does seem like we're gonna have visitations, guys. Okay, and it started already for some time. Visitations from other planets, visitations from I'm seeing a veil. Veil is thin. Okay, veil is thinning, and I believe it's been thinning for some time already between our 3D world and the other sides. Okay, and I believe we have the death in the middle here, as well as intuition. I believe a lot of people, more and more people, will start focusing on what it is that they're capable of, especially when it comes to death and spirituality itself. A lot of people are looking at such things a bit differently. So I wouldn't be surprised if people who, you know, were focused, were very, let's say, driven by logic suddenly started being interested in supernatural, or will start looking for answers deep within. And I'm talking about people who maybe you wouldn't expect to see taking interest in such things. This can be people on social media in your circle as well, or maybe that's yourself. Maybe you are, I mean, if you're watching tarot, you're already kind of there, but maybe you're gonna decide to almost like explore your abilities and your talents and what it is that you hold within you. A lot of people, what I'm seeing here too, are seeking for freedom, and that freedom again is very connected to their heart space. What do I want to do? A lot of people will want to get away to, I want to say, remote places, and it doesn't feel touristy though. It feels a little bit like, oh, look what I've discovered, you know? For example, I took a walk around my house, never been to that place. Now I discovered something magical or ancient there, you know? That's how it feels like to me. People tend to their own land. That's what I'm seeing. And it's almost like people appreciate what their land has to offer. And those who are not, you know, who've been trying to find, I want to say, a connection with their own land, people might expect changing locations and places. It's all about settling in where people's hearts are at. And it's nice because it feels to me like people are finding home, reuniting with other people. And you know, you might say that in 2020 people started reuniting with others, but here it feels a bit more intense. I want to make connections. I want to have deeper bonds. I must say, you know, with these two cards over here, at the bottom we have the Queen of Water. You can't see it very clearly over there, can't fit it in the whole shot. But what I'm seeing, people are going to, there's going to be something connected, I'm feeling, with a public persona. Let me get into this a bit more. Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, a public persona. We have the World here. Ooh, this is big. But it's not only one, that's what it's telling me. Let me get to the bottom of this. Whoever this is someone who has a very strong water placement. But what's happening here, it seems like people are coming together to ask this public persona for fairness and for justice to be served. I'm hearing we're not going to feed the devil energy anymore. We're not going to feed the devil energy anymore. This has to change. And there might be some type of negotiation that takes place. Some kind of secret will be coming to a surface. People will be suspicious of this persona. Yeah, because it's almost like it was hidden for a reason, so the world can't see it. But what's happening, the people are not buying it. People are like, no, like this isn't good. It only looks good on the surface. That, oh, I want to say we because there's someone next to this person. It's not, I don't see this person as working on their own, but they're gonna be like, listen, we finished this, you know, difficult. It's almost like they're gonna want and prove to people that they're helping, but really there are a lot of secrets. You have the Seven of Swords here as well as the High Priestess. There are a lot of secrets, you know, behind, I want to say, behind those curtains, and people won't buy it. So what I like here, collectively, people are looking at things a bit differently in 2021. You might think that people already do now. Believe me, things will be even more intensified, but for the best. It's almost like you cannot fool us, okay? You cannot fool us. We don't believe this. We need proof. So there might be some kind of a dramatic situation here connected to this person somehow. Someone who was trying maybe to hide the destructiveness, you know, behind the scenes. And what people are doing, they're like, we know exactly what that's about. Okay, don't fool us. Don't fool us. This is someone who is seen publicly. Whatever this is, it has a connection with time, you know. Oh, wait a little longer, wait a little longer. But that wait is connected to, I'm seeing someone is asking or trying to say, hey, you know, this takes more time, but someone is dragging time in order to cover their footsteps. That's what I'm seeing here. And it's related to their job, okay? Whatever it is that they do, they want to cover their footsteps. But what's good here, it does seem like a lot of, you know, that heavy energy is going to be cleared, especially the second half of 2021. I'm gonna sit here and channel a little bit. I want to see what comes through. I'm seeing collectively a lot of people will have almost like, I want to say, a boost of motivation. And what I'm seeing is a lot of ants, and they're working together, you know, one helping another. So what's nice, what that represents to me is that people will want to have strong communities, stronger than ever before. And a lot of soul tribes are coming together. That's how I see it, okay? A lot of soul tribes are coming together. There is something ancient that I'm feeling here. Let me pull a couple of cards and see what that is. There's that ancient vibe that I'm getting. This feels very ancestral-like. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people started looking at their roots and connecting to their ancestors a little bit more. Because again, I'm telling you, soul tribes coming together, right? They recognize one another. And when I said that, I don't know if you heard, there was a sound in the other room, but I'm alone in the house. So, hey ancestor, I got you. I think you got me. I don't have you, but hey ho, let's see. There was that strong ancestral vibe here. Maybe mine one came over to say hi. And then made sounds in the next room. Okay, let's see. Let's see, what do we have there? What about soul tribes? We have the Tower. We have the Eight of Swords. Oosh. See how intense this is? People will want to know what happened in the past, but way back, way back. So a lot of people might be digging into maybe, you know, again, as I said, ancestral line, getting to know their, maybe the, I don't want to say guides because it feels very ancestral-like, but maybe family tree, you know, and things like that. Why did I come here? You know, what is the reason? I want to connect to my tribe. See, the imagery of the bear is really important here. We have the sun. We start with the Tower, Eight of Swords, and we have the sun. It seems like a lot of people will want to forgive, but it's they won't understand. At first, when they'll start digging into the past, they're gonna be like, oof, this happened, that happened, this feels difficult, you know. But it's almost like they're being guided towards forgiveness and happier days, because they're gonna have a full picture for what's happened. Reunited. I keep getting, we are reunited now. Because if you look at this Eight of Swords here, it does seem like this this bear is drowning. And now it's sitting in the sun. For me, this represents death, and this represents a new life. That's how I'm seeing it. There is a lot of clearance happening here. But again, that clearance is there because people want to look back. And people want to know what has happened. And now they know better. Remember how we had death in the middle, right? It said right exactly what this Eight of Swords is. Overall, you know, if we read this in a bit of a different light, we have the we have the imprisoned bear in the middle, which is saying with the Sun card, beams of life, finally we can start seeing the sunshine, which is nice. I like that because this is an imprisonment type of card, right? I can't move forward. I'm just there. Right? I'm drowning in this energy. I don't want this anymore. But bang, we have the Sun card. But what I'm paying attention to the most here are these sunflowers, and this is very connected to forgiveness for me. I'm also seeing that a lot of people this year might have really unique newborns. I'm saying unique because of their soul's wisdom, unique. What good to expect in 2021? See, we have the Magician here. Yeah, a lot of people are drawn to supernatural, I'm telling you. They're mastering their abilities and their craft. That card wants to come out. See, so we started with bears, okay, here. And now we have cats. So, see, shaman, the medicine healer, and we have the magician, the alchemical master. You see what I'm talking about? I think people are also going to be drawn to visiting people who've been doing it for a while. Connecting to their own masters in a way, finding them, you know, finding teachers, finding, you know, places they want to go to that hold that ancient wisdom there. And I believe a lot of people are turning to herbs, medicine, you know, like the medicine healer, the shaman, the medic. This is my shaman, I'm telling you. It's also coming through to past messages for the collective. Because my one is the shaman is the medicine man. You know, and I've been I'm not obsessed, you know, with connecting with ancestors or guides that much. But I've been shown that really clearly without looking for it. So that was a nice thing to have. But I think that's exactly what a lot of people might be going through. Finding out even more and more information about their roots. About, it's almost like they're guided by the spirit. People are guided by the spirit much more than ever before, you know, because they see it differently. We have the big picture thinking. A lot more people are open to trusting their soul, their higher selves, and new ideas are there to be birthed. So some weird stuff might come up this year that is pretty unique, and I'm seeing fashion as well. So maybe something weird will come through in fashion that reminds of the old days, but really old days, right? Maybe accessories of some sorts, or it feels very organic to me, but at the same time it feels a little bit you know, mysterious, a bit mysterious. Let's see what else. So we talked about babies, right? We have the Page of Cups here, which can be a representation of a child, and we have the Empress right next to that one. We have the alchemical mother. Yeah, also what's happening here collectively, mothers are, it's to do with, I'm seeing education system. Maybe mothers will be teaching their kids something that they are not taught in school and something that they were not taught themselves. Okay? Something that they've gathered over time that is very sacred to them. And they want their child to know about this. Apart from what mother already does and responsibilities that she has, it's going to be a bit different. Okay? Maybe different way of raising a child. Maybe people will realize what's missing in the education system, and they're gonna be like, listen, I gotta teach you what's missing there. Okay. The womb is important here. I don't know how many of you know about the womb, but our journey starts in the womb. So sometimes when we have some type of trauma, it can start at the womb. So it's really important, you know, to dig back into memories, especially, you know, this is, I don't know if it's done anywhere else, but I know this is done in hypnosis, where the child is able to tell what the mother was feeling when she was given birth. Did she want the child, right? What was her move? What did she say and stuff like that? What was the energy that she held? When she was still pregnant, what did she encounter, right? So our journey starts in the womb, and we observers there. So maybe a lot of people will be drawn to that as well. This feels very unique, very, I want to say, majestic and mystical, okay? It's almost like we have, I'm seeing a crowd, but it's I'd say it's around, in my vision, it's around 10,000 people. And then I'm seeing almost like fields, endless fields. And far away from those fields, I see more people joining them, coming in. So I do believe that collectively, we're going to find a lot of answers to things that maybe we haven't gotten answers to just yet. Or those who were completely, closed off to the supernatural, they're gonna start noticing a little bit more and accepting it a bit more, because they'll be encountering so many supernatural activities that they won't be able to deny it. Okay, for some people this might come through almost like a nudge, through maybe a past loved one, where they started taking interest in those things themselves, because suddenly they can feel their, grandma next to them, or they're in a dream and it's very present, and they're like, oh, actually, maybe I believe in this. Okay, maybe I should take a look into this. So that's what's happening collectively, what I'm seeing for 2021. And it's much more intense than I say for the past couple of years. Heart space is really important. This is a good year for people to look at their emotions, okay, and what they have been holding inside, because this year you would have opportunities to, I want to say, let go of that stubborn, emotion that's been pushed back and buried deep inside. So in that case, maybe people are meeting people who are great listeners, some sort of a therapist, but people care for the heart space very much. They like, listen, I gotta look at myself, right? I gotta look at myself. And once they start finding themselves, they want to know more because it's interesting, right? Let me dig deeper into my family line. Let me get to know my ancestor more. And I think that's where people are going to be taken. Oof, what an interesting reading. I do hope that this made sense. And I think for a lot of you, this might be, since you're in my tribe, this might be a bit like a confirmation to what you already have been getting yourself. If that's the case, please drop a comment down below, because I'd like to hear that. This is a big family, and that was an interesting one. Hopefully have a good day. Bye for now.